20 Marvel comic covers that don't hold up today. Okay. And of course, as we see here, we got like She-Hulk covering herself with the Comic Code Authority symbol. We got the J. Scott Campbell, Riri Williams image that caused the internet in an uproar. All right. But we're going to have a look. Marvel Comics and their predecessor, Timely, have been in business since 1939, John. And it's no wonder that not every cover has aged well. So let's start. Let's start number 20. Captain America, number 13. You started it, now we'll finish it. By Al Avison Stanley. Premiered, Captain America debuted with a bang in 1941. His first Simon and Kirby cover featured Captain America punching Hitler in the face. The cover was on brand for the character, given his role as the pinnacle of American patriotism. Interesting, Cap was what American conservatives later called a premature anti-fascist, entering WW2's months before his country did. I don't think this is a problem at all. Old school, golden age comic, Captain America punching out Hitler. In this case, it looks like whoever was running Japan at the time.
Yeah. It fits though. It's what's
No,
it's exactly. But no, here's the thing. It's none of those things because it's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's a 19 whatever book. The symbol of America, getting the propaganda machine going, fighting the evil Axis powers. Perfect. It makes perfect sense. Shit. There should be a copy of that in a museum somewhere, right? In a World War II museum, right? So
coming in at number 19 from Peter David is the Incredible Hulk 355 from 1989. It says here the kid with the what looks like to be some sort of rainbow whip. Don't struggle, Hulk. I just want to give you your wildest dreams. So they go on to say here, the first volume of Incredible Hulk pitted himself against all kinds of villains who would become central to Hulk's rogues gallery. In issue 355 sees Galorian rope Hulk into a fantasy where he gets everything he wants: food, beautiful women, and the admiration of his fellow Avengers. The cover shows how Galorian enchanted the Jade Giant with the Rainbow Ray, telling him, don't struggle, Hulk. I just want to give you your wildest dreams. Looking back at the Incredible Hulk 355, it's very easy to spot the non-consensual tones of this dialogue. Readers can't help but wonder who greenlit this cover. When you're being attacked by a villain, guess what? It's non-consensual.
No yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to be the one, as the non-political guy, I'm going to be the guy that says it. People on either side, extremists on either side. So I'm looking at all of you who are on either side, on the extreme. Not us normal folks are in the middle. Us normal folks in the middle are going to look at this cover and go, what the fuck are you talking about? That's a bad guy fighting the Hulk. Of course it's non-consensual. Anybody saying that it's non-consensual, you're on the extreme and you need to shut up because you're just trying to put whatever your modern 2024 agenda is on a book that's older than you. Stop that. Shame on you. It's a fucking comic book. Stop that.
Yeah.
Did I cover that? Did I get that?
You're good, brother. Number 18.
Yes.
She-Hulk number 40 from 1992 by John Bryan. Quit stalling, Shulky. We got 22 pages to fill. The thing about She-Hulk, especially during this era, it was cheeky. It was breaking the fourth wall. It was funny. It was, toying that She-Hulk is kind of sexy, but also a Hulk. You know what I mean?
And sexual, too.
Yeah.
Like she liked sex. She liked her sexuality. Nothing wrong with that.
So here they go on to say that here She-Hulk cowers and tries to stretch out her title's Comic Code Authority seal of approval to cover her naked body. She's clearly uncomfortable with her nudity. How do you know it's a drawing? There's no emotion there. And the caption, because you demand it, further implies the lack of consent on her part.
Okay, what I said before about
so
the Hulk
what they
cover,
did was they held guns, right, to this comic book character and told her to get into the spotlight.
And to get fucking... Oh, stop. And I see where this article... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Brian's hand comes in from offstage, handing her props and telling her to stop stalling, which only makes this cover that much creepier.
Stop that. No, it doesn't. Stop that. Stop that.
Amazing Spider-Man 422 from 1997 comes in at number 17.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, I was out of Spider-Man at this point in time. Like in the late 90s, I had stopped collecting comics for a while. Let's see here. The problem here is, although this cover isn't explicit as it could be, it's still quite graphic, especially since society now considers the electric chair to be obsolete and inhuman method of execution. This comic's depiction of capital punishment is far less acceptable as human rights become more of a current topic. Well, then I guess that means you have a problem with the movie Shocker and all sorts of other shit. You know what I mean?
It's Electro.
God damn. Alf. How can Alf
What?
be on the list? Alf.
Is he clubbing a seal? Is he clubbing a seal?
Well, it looks like he might be doing something to that seal.
He's doing this. He's stuffing the seal, it looks like. But I thought the seal had it underneath, not on top. Like the anatomy of a seal. I don't.
The cover for Alf 48 was drawn by Dave Manick and Michael Gallagher. Makes a play on words involving the safety seal on new products by showing Alf holding a seal, the animal. The seal is in obvious distress, and it's easy to wonder if something unsavory is happening here.
The best part of Al's face, the seal's face, and Captain America down there in the corner, just like, what the fuck? Like, oh, that's brilliant.
It says, caution, do not buy if the safety seal is missing.
Oh.
These guys,
oh my
whoever's
God,
writing
it's
this
a
article really has something stuck up their ass.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, article written by Karen.
Coming in.
Oh, here we go.
Number
Can't wait.
15 is Patsy Walker 105 by Stan Lee here, back when Stan Lee was doing romance sort of comics. Patsy, it's warm outside. You'll roast to death in your new fur coat. Oh, but what a wonderful way to die. The most exciting day in the life of any teenager is when she receives her first fur coat. Let's see what the problem is. Although the artist Al Hardy had no way to know that that fur would fall out of fashion, his condescending attitude towards teenage girls is arguably aged even worse than fur, proclaiming that the most exciting day in life of any teenager is the day they got their first fur. Patsy herself says she'd rather die than remove her new coat. What's wrong with this?
Right. So if you look at the top left corner, that comic book is 12 cents.
Yeah.
And it was a romance comic, right? When that comic book came out, every single teenage girl you were to ask in America would have been like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to get my first fur." Right. So let's relax. Let's relax. Let's relax.
Coming in at number 15, Ecstatic from 2003 by Peter Milligan. Since Marvel released the cover 6 years after Princess Diana's death, it was quite controversial at the time. In fact, the new superhero Henrietta Hunter replaced the character. However, Princess Diana's inclusion was part of the series' social satire. Many modern readers find it despicable that Marvel used recently a deceased public figure like that. Here's the thing. When this cover was done, they probably had no idea.
Right.
No one knew she was going to get ran off the road by a paparazzi.
She was still alive when this cover got done. Okay, could they have stopped putting it out? What would they have put in then? Like, okay, is it shitty timing? Yeah, okay, fine. It's shitty timing, but I mean, first off, let's be honest. No one saw this cover.
Yeah, it is the first time I'm seeing this cover.
Yeah, no one saw this cover. So let's,
Well, they even say here, X-Force 116 marks X-Statics to be a new mutant super team trait to replace X-Force after the later sacrificed themselves in a battle against Rami Wisdom. The team was never as successful as the X-Men, X-Force, or any other kind of Marvel team, but you think? But fans remember the team for the cover of X-Stack 15, which featured Princess Diana as a reborn superhero. Coming in at number 13, Heroes for Hire 2006 by Zeb Wells Claveman. It's kind of sexy here. This might almost borderline hentai porn with the fucking tentacles.
There's a tentacle there.
Right? I was just on a stream earlier with the CG slums, and I, sort of said, listen, Nyobi's kind of sexy, but we don't have tentacle porn. You know what I mean? Like, heroes in a state of peril are common in the covers of comic books. This cover for Heroes for Hire 13 takes on the concept to a new level. Black Cat, Colleen Wing, and an unrecognizable Misty Knight are bound on this cover, barely covered in their costumes, while glistening, dripping tentacles hover near their chest. Well, I thought the left really liked this shit. That's what it seems like to me. Marvel published the cover, created by artist Sanika Tadaka of Monstrous fame. in 2006. It's overt sexualization of the three heroines and reference to hentai comics have aged poorly in a relatively short amount of time. Marvel and hentai shouldn't mix. I agree.
I tell you what, though, Monstrous is an amazing book.
Yeah. I have to find this cover now just for historic prosperity's sake. But, this one, too, I don't know if this ever made it to print. It might have. And in the beginning, this was even worse because they had her like bare belly and stuff. And you know what I mean? But what we're talking about is the Invincible Iron Man 2016. This is long after Milo Manera got the can from Marvel, and everything that came out was too sexy. Variant covers have allowed many artists to contribute their versions of characters to a broad audience. However, some are more successful than others. When Marvel published a variant cover for Invincible Iron Man #1 featuring Riri Williams, drawn by J. Scott Campbell, it provoked an immediate backlash from fans.
I see that again.
Yeah.
What? Like, why? What do they?
Well, they're going to tell you. The cover portrayed the 15-year-old Ironheart as an inappropriately sexualized adult in a seductive pose.
What?
In response, Marvel pulled the issue from themselves, and Campbell drew a new, more age-appropriate rendition for the hero for the following issue.
Okay, so that's why is that overly sexy?
Because she's got her hip sort of pointed out, and she looks, you know what I mean?
You know what it is people are over-sexualizing that. That's them. That's on them.
Okay, listen.
And like I said, when you saw the original drawing, she wasn't in the armor. I think what we're seeing is actually the revised edition.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe, yeah.
First off, if you really want to go to TikTok, all I'm going to say, go to TikTok.
That's it, man. Just take a walk in your mall. Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Coming in at number 11 is Marvel number 6 from 2003. Marvel was widely panned as critics as one of the worst Marvel comic book series of all time. Well, that makes it historic right there. The company launched the series as a satire of superhero books during the Marvel marketing promotion and involved a plot concerning time travel. The series also employed incredibly sexualized images of women on many of its covers. The cover of Marvel number 6, created by Greg Horn, and we all love Greg Horn, portrayed an almost naked Mary Jane swinging on a rope made from Spider-Man's webbing, looking uncharacteristically vacant. The sexually charged images that failed to draw in readers, and the series was canceled only after 7 issues.
That's just a bad cover.
Yeah. This is great. I knew this one was going to be in the list. Fantastic Four 375 from 1933. Many comic books covers age poorly due to changing social values. I mean, they're not changing, though. They're only changing for some weirdos. And some simply reflect an aesthetic that has fallen out of favor. This cover for Fantastic Four 375 by Paul Ryan reflects a lot of comic book trends in the early 90s, which is what we do in our comic books right now, which relied on gimmicks. For a time in the 90s, comic shops were full of covers using foil or holograms to make them look valuable and collectible. Fantastic Four 375 added enormous shoulder pads, random military jackets, and absurdly large guns that were also installed for the time. The result is dated relic of its era. That's not why they have a problem with it.
Nope.
They have a problem with it because of Susan Storm's outfit. And it has the number 4 as the boob window. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's why they have a problem with it. Trust me on that, folks. They didn't even mention that, and I'm so shocked.
Because they don't know.
This one here, Iron Man 128. This is a classic issue. Demon
I
in
love
Cover
Rome.
is so iconic.
Bob Layton just he just showed his recolor on that on his Facebook. I love it.
Although Iron Man 128 ends on a hopeful note, the cover is very dark. Tony Stark seems to have hit rock bottom, looking sweaty, confused, and shocked in front of a bottle. Thanks to the MCU fans and the comics, Iron Man is incredibly popular with Marvel fans, so this image is difficult to digest. Why? Because someone went through a personal life crisis in comic books?
Yeah, like people don't have a dad, right? Like my dad is an alcoholic. I mean, this book, like, it hit home because heroes they got their vice, right? Everybody's got something that's going to bring them down, and he had something that he had to overcome.
Take it a step further because they just said it themselves how stupid they are. Oh, because Iron Man's so popular in the movies, Robert Downey Jr., who plays Tony Stark / Iron Man, go back 15 years. He was not in a good place. He was in jail because of his addictions.
Hello,
and then
Dad, I'm in jail.
And then what did he do? He redeemed himself. So if anything, that's art imitating life. That's life imitating art.
He is Iron Man.
This one pisses me off because I actually have this cover twice. I have this in doubles. I'm going to send one to CGC. This is one of my favorite Mary Jane images of all time.
Such a good book.
Other than her scoliosis, it's fine.
You know, no, that's the way J. Scott Campbell draws. That's what makes it good.
I know it is. I know the scoliosis.
So Amazing Spider-Man 601 from 2009. Mary Jane Watson has a tough role to play as Peter Parker's love interest. Why is it a tough role? Readers can certainly empathize with the concern she feels when Spider-Man heads out to fight crime. However, some comics have taken it too far when showing her sadness. The cover for 601 by J. Scott Campbell reflects Mary Jane's concerns, but many readers took issue with the sexualized depiction of an anxious woman. Mary Jane's position on the sofa is contorted and unnatural, presuming to emphasize the curves of her hip and breast, which her arms are pushing forward was completely unnecessary.
She's holding her coffee.
Unreal.
You mean because she's a hot woman, you know, and she's wearing sexy clothes, and you know,
she's wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
This is a problem. It seems like they just don't like J. Scott Campbell. Is what the problem is.
If they were just to go on,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that.
Wow, this is only number 7.
I thought this would be number 1.
Wow. Number 1 is going to be. Look, I know what number 1 is.
I was on the Black Angus show yesterday, and I had a discussion about this exact comic book, this exact issue. You know, being a defender of the good fight way back in 2014, before CG was even in its fucking infancy, before it was a fucking gleam of love in the mother's eye. You know, I was out there doing this shit already. You know, but do I get my flowers? No, of course not. But here we go. Spider-Woman number 1. In 2014, Marvel gave Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman, a series of her own for the first time in years. The series kicked off in a multiversal adventure featuring other spider heroes. Silk, Spider-Girl, and Spider-Man Noir lasted 10 issues before Civil War II changed things around. Since the superheroes are supposed to be in peak human condition, it isn't surprising that they often adhere to certain beauty standards. It's not standards. It's just people like looking at good-looking people. However, things can cross into awkward and a sexualizing territory, and that's what happened with Milo Manera's variant of Spider-Woman number 1. Manera took his art a bit too far with Jessica Drew's body proportions. In a time and age where body positivity is as important as it is now, there isn't space for this kind of cover. Bullshit. And not only that, there's space for it right in my comic book collection where it sits right now. In fact, I had it graded as CGC 9.8. And because all you dummies cried foul on it, you just shot up the value of this cover tenfold. $1,500 this cover goes for. I could sell it now and make fucking $1,450 profit. American. I probably should sell it. Could pay for half my comic. Young Allies, number 8, coming in here at the 6th place.
What the shit is wrong with this?
Young Allies comes from the 1940s, following the adventures of Marvel sidekicks, including Bucky Barnes and the Human Torch's pal Toro. The young protagonists often face dangerous situations, and Young Allies number 8 is no exception. That said, a number of details on this cover have aged incredibly badly since its publication. The cover artwork is drawn, features offensive stereotypes of Japanese people, and which was common in propaganda at the time. This cover takes it a step further, though, by portraying a black hero as an incredibly offensive style as well. Both renditions dehumanize the people in ways that are no longer welcome. Yeah, there might be some of that there. I might have to agree. I have to agree with that.
If it was just the propaganda stuff, again, you could put it in a World War II museum. Right? Yeah. Okay, I see what they're saying about the other stuff. Yeah, okay. That's, you know.
Yeah, this one didn't age well. I agree.
No, it didn't age well. But this didn't age well at all. But if you want to be smart about it, instead of saying get rid of it because fuck cancel culture, use it as a learning tool. Hey kids, this is fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Back then it was wrong and they knew it, but they didn't care. It was whatever. It was whatever. Now, not so much, but let's explain why. And you could learn from it. But, you know, that's just me, I guess.
Coming in at number 5. How is this worse than the other one?
Well, they're brother sister.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I don't know this story, so
they really in the Ultimates they really upped the Scarlet Witch Pietro love each other more than a brother sister thing. In fact, they put the whole the whole thing on how the in the Ultimate Universe, how the Savage Land was created. Wolverine worked for Magneto in the beginning. He was really mercenary, and his job was to kill Scarlet Witch because he knew of her powers, she could alter reality. And when that happened, and he went after Pietro and stuff, Pietro stopped him, and then Wanda created dinosaurs to beat the shit out of Wolverine, and that's how the Savage Land was created. So yeah, but Wolverine didn't kill them right away because he caught them in the middle of I'm stuck in the washing machine, stepbrother, kind of thing. So,
well, they says here, just like their primary counterparts, the Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch of the Ultimate Marvel Universe were siblings by birth. As such, their physical intimacy they displayed for one another, as seen on Brian Hitch's cover for Ultimates #8, was utterly unnerving, with the confirmation of their incestuous relationship culminating in one of the most infamous moments in Marvel Comics history. Wow.
I just talked about it. I just told you.
They're just confirming what you're saying, brother. Amazing Spider-Man 262. Okay, now what's the problem with this? Plenty of comic book covers are considered scandalous for one reason or another, but not every piece of comic art doesn't age well due to changing social standards. For some, it's just simply a matter of method and execution, as well as the audience's occasional distaste for novelty as a selling point. More so than anything else, what largely contributed to the derision against Elliot Brown's photographic cover for 1984 Spider-Man 262. Despite showcasing a key moment from the issue in unique fashion, the cover has gone down in history as one of the more case studies in failed execution as an early predecessor to modern-day cosplay photo covers.
So it's just a shitty cover. Because it's a shitty cover.
I think they're against the belt buckle myself.
Listen, before you scroll, I think #1 is going to be Speedy doing heroin.
Okay.
I think that's #1.
I mean, I don't have a call for
Gonzalez?
#1. It could. It might be the sexualization of the Powerpuff Girls. I'm calling as #1.
Okay, that or Power Pack.
Well, and it should be the crime suspense stories I got up because that was what started the whole Comics Authority. Is what I've always
Well, before we get too far into this, chat, what do you think is going to be the #1 cover that hasn't aged well from Marvel Comics?
Oh, this is just Marvel Comics then, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so I can't put Powerpuff Girls into because that's IDW.
Yeah, and this crime suspense won't be in there either.
All right, this one here. #3, Trouble by Mark Miller, Terry Dodson. Where some comic book covers have become unsettling with full context or fall off favor due to particularly niche presentation, 2003's Trouble managed to do both throughout the entirety of its 5-issue run. This wasn't due to any fault of the photographer or the models involved, but rather due to the unique space the series itself attempted to inhabit. On the surface, Trouble was an attempt to bring back one of the beloved romance comics of a bygone era. Between its covers, however, readers found a story of infidelity and heartbreak that also served as a alternative origin story for May and Ben Parker as a couple, one that fans have not remembered fondly as a whole. Okay, but how's this happen? It's just a bad cosplay, bikini beach. You know, it looks like Paris Hilton and her buddy. You know what I mean?
Plus, the trade dress is crap.
Yeah. Coming in at #2, Namor, the Submariner, #26 from 1992.
He's been at the gym. Oh, okay, I see the problem.
Well, it's just bad art, I think.
Yeah, no, it's terrible art.
But maybe his bulge down there, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's mankini.
1992's Namor, the Submariner, 26 stands as quite possibly the titular Atlantean's most egregious example of being turned into a Liefeldian character of himself.
It's not his tits are looking.
So this is Rob Liefeld's fault. Oh, I didn't do that cover. Oh, the Sharon Star came first, okay? If not for this trademark cod piece and the title of this book, Namor likely would have been recognizable to most fans, making this issue appears as a prime example of artistic fad aging poorly.
I mean, yeah, okay. It's just a shitty cover, though.
It's trying, you know, like, let's make fucking Namor like Lobo, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and ripped.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting ready for the #1. The #1 cover that has aged poorly, according to CBR, is Avengers 392 from 1995 by Bob Harris. Making the comic book characters bigger, sleeker, and sexier was certainly a style of the day for the 90s, but casting fan favorite heroes in increasingly darker scenarios was just as big of a part of the experience. In concept, this created opportunities for classic characters to be thrust into unfamiliar territory. Whereas, as taken literally, it resulted in some of the most egregious cover art that readers ever had to endure. Although there's nothing overtly offensive about Humberto Ramos's cover, it was derided by fans upon the release as been favored by any other in the years since, with 4 characters all directly facing the reader and a blinding light source directly behind him. The cast featured the cover on the issue almost entirely unrecognizable. Yeah, that cover just sucks.
Yeah, it's a shitty art choice. Yeah, it's a
Right? There's
shitty
nothing
art
like, oh my god, that's racist or sexist. It's just fucking
choice.
bad.
It's a shitty cover. Didn't age well because it was bad art, and that's fine.
It's not even the worst.
If there's
Really
one
not.
surprise on this list to me, like I really had to pick one, and go, you really disagree. It's going to be this one here.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
That one.
That one.
This one.
I'll skip. I guess either I skip that. That. Yeah. This. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Fur coat. The seal's fucking funny. This is a keeper. I might have to find this issue myself.
Yeah, I'm looking for this.
Right?
I can't wait to the comic book shop and go, hey, where's your Alf?
I kind of feel that
She-Hulk is
was a little bit more
fine.
adult anyways. Like, he was one of those ones that was like...
The Incredible Hulk getting converted is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, most of these are fine. There are a few I can probably say, yeah, I agree with. But let me know what you guys think down in the chat below. Let me know in the comments. And if you like more videos, please subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned for a word from this sponsor. I wonder who that's going to be.
I don't know.
All right, guys, if you're wondering who today's video sponsor is, look no further. It is me, Austin. It is me all along. And I just like to talk about, people ask, I like to buy Nyobi. How do I get some pigtails in my life? Where do I get started? Do you have any sites? What can I do to get your books in my hands? Well, I'm glad you asked, because we're going to provide you that answer right meow. So here it goes, man. The first way you can do it, and probably the best way, is to my Shopify store. You can access that at nyobicomics.myshopify.com, or you can simply go to the YouTube channel where you're watching this video now. Go to the main page and click on Store. There you will see Nyobi items up for grabs. Just click on one and proceed from there. Now, let's say you're an eBay buyer. You like eBay, use eBay? Well, we got you covered there. ebay.ca, USR, Nyobicomic. If you just type in Nyobi on eBay, you're going to find me. I got several listings there. And on eBay, typically you're going to find the harder to get variants, a little bit of our more expensive items, and harder to find back issues. So if collectibles are your thing, eBay is where you want to go for more Nyobi. Where else can you get Nyobi? Maybe eBay's too expensive for you. Maybe you read on a budget. Maybe you like having books on a tablet, on a phone, read them on your PC, whatever. So get Nyobi at Gumroad, nyobicomics.gumroad.com. It's great for those who read on digital. We got lots of great items there. You can buy them for $5 or less. Nyobi on digital, gumroad.com. Now, the other way you can get Nyobi is by going to your local comic book shop. Just the other day, Nyobi Birthright was released by Antarctic Press and in shops nationwide, worldwide. So go into your local comic shop, ask if they have any Nyobi. If they don't, ask them if they can order it. And if we happen to be in a time where we haven't released anything in a little while, maybe see if there's any Nyobi in those back issue bins. So Nyobi at your local comic book shop. But that's not all. You go to antarcticpress.myshopify.com. Antarctic Press, of course, is the label that publishes Nyobi. You can go ahead and buy Nyobi directly from them online as well. So go ahead and give Antarctic Press, give AP some love, and tell Ben Dunn I said hello. But that's not it, folks. Our major way to get Nyobi, our preferred way, honestly, when it comes right down to the end of it here, is you can get Nyobi on Kickstarter when we release them. We'll be doing Nyobi Outbreak number 3 in March. We'll have all the Nyobi goodies that you can shake a stick at, plus Savage Sim, plus Nyobi Penguina, plus more. Nyobi Kickstarter. Kickstarter is where our biggest fan base is. It's where we make the most amount of money. It is what we plug the most. All those other things I went over just a little while ago, those are great if you're looking to catch up. If you're looking to get the latest, greatest, the newest issue of Nyobi as it comes out, Kickstarter is the way to go. But with that being said, however you get Nyobi in your life, we appreciate it. Nyobi, 2024 is going to be the year of the pigtail. We got so much lined up, man. It's going to be crazy. So thank you very much for tuning in to this video. Stay tuned for more videos. And just know, I'm always the sponsor, Austin.